All right, Rory, we are back. Today we are joined by a very, very special guest, somebody that we are both huge fans of. Happy to see him back. Did not realize until he told us that the last album, War and Leisure, came out 2017.
7 years ago? 8 years
8
ago?
years ago. I thought it was 4. COVID has scrambled our minds, brains, everything. Time is a construct, though,
For sure.
right? But today we are joined by the talented, the creative, the iconic R&B. I'm not going to say R&B because I'm not going to box him into that. He's just an incredible musician. Back with his new album, CAOS.
Yeah.
Miguel.
Yeah, let's go.
Claps.
Miguel is here.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Already embarrassed me off mic of how excited I was to have
Rory
you on the
was
show
very
today.
excited that Miguel was coming by to see us today. But rightfully so. We've been fans of Miguel and supporting him for years, so it's good to see him and good to have him here today. How you feeling, man?
I feel great, man. I'm fans of your guys'. I'm appreciative to be on here, man. It's
come on,
like,
stop.
Listen. We doing. He's like, stop, keep it coming.
Tell us more of how amazing we are.
But the thing is like when you're able to come and talk to people who love music. It's just
it's just different conversation. It's just a whole different conversation. We were talking about so we were listening to the album over the weekend. Yesterday I listened to it in the crib, and I was just telling you that it inspired me to clean the dishes, clean the crib. The album sounds incredible. The music is great, but it's no surprise. You've been doing this for years, making incredible music, but how does it feel personally after 8 years to just get back into the swing of artist mode?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to be like, okay.
Get back to it.
Gotta go do it.
Yeah.
Go save this talk your shit.
Yeah.
Song is about this.
Yeah.
Buy the album.
Right. Do the whole thing. That whole thing, yeah.
Why 8 years though?
It took time. We were talking earlier, and parenthood is a big one. Parenthood, but I didn't become a parent 8 years ago. It's more recent. I think that was the kind of final okay, it's time.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I just was really looking for a reason because I was kind of burnt. I was burnt. A lot of things that I needed to really just deal with. You know, I went on a pretty long run, and I think it was time. It was time to start dealing with my me shit.
Okay.
Because I did a lot of my growing up, adult growing up in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You know, it all kind of happened in my adult years, and which is a blessing, but it also means you gotta holding oneself accountable is a vigilant ordeal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta really be paying attention, and I just didn't have the bandwidth at the time, or just the self-awareness to be straight up. You know? I wasn't really paying attention to the me of it, and I need to do some reflecting and just get in touch with my values, really.
Okay.
And so it took some time, but it was the right amount. I think I feel coming back. I feel so much more all right, I'm good. I can do this for some time, and it's gonna take some maintenance, but I feel really good coming back.
Was there a specific aha moment in that 8 years that it was I need to get back to the studio? Or were you always working, just nothing really connected the way you wanted it to?
Man, you know when you get in and you're I'm here, but nothing is coming? Man, it felt like a drought for some time. It took some time. And I think because I had put so much of the value, or my value, in the success of what I was doing. Yeah. Or whatever my perceived success was. Right. Looking at other success and then comparing. And you're damn, I'm doing all this work, but I'm not getting this. And then you start to chip away at that the moment you start looking.
Is wrong now.
Everything
is wrong. Yeah.
So I needed to really go lock in. You know, I needed to lock in and figure out, okay, well, what is it that I love about this? What do I still love? And what can be recovered? What has changed? And to figure it out and decide if I really wanted to do it, and to continue to do that, to do this rather, to do music, and I'm really happy that I found it again. And I think I became really protective. This time around, I'm really protective about, this is about, it's like there's purpose behind it, and that I really want to connect with my audience. Before it was like, go get the big song, do the big thing, have a big moment, flag pictures taken, go walk the carpet. It was like that part of it was a big thing, you know. But this time it's about how am I having a real conversation that I can continue to have with my audience, because they're the only ones that's really been writing for me, and the ones that is gonna still play my music,
right?
Where I can provide for my son, provide for my family. And it's a sustainable thing. So yeah, the objective is different this time.
Yeah.
But 2017, I mean, 8 years, so much has changed with the business of music, sound, the audience. A lot of your audience has grown as well as you have. People have families now. So in writing and making music, with that gap of 7 years, how much of the music on this new project was like closer to 2017 than 2025, or is it all like new, current, right now where Miguel is today?
This is it was like that's also a part of what took a long time, because in the beginning, you know, when you're like, man, I don't know, you meet somebody and you're like, I don't know what it was, but I just don't fuck with them. Like, I don't know. I would say the beginning of 2017, 2018, there was a feeling about myself. I was like, something's not right.
Okay.
And the beginnings of that are still on the album. I think it took 8 years to really identify, like, what are the things that are really important and that have continued to, they say something about the overall me coming to terms with me, and also the value of hitting a point where good enough isn't good enough. You feel me? When you're like, actually, like, I have something that is important to refine, and where I want to go, that's not going to work. You know, not refining it isn't going to work. And so this album is like the main points of the last 8 years that kind of tell a story of like, oh man, I hit a point where I'm really trying to like get my shit together. And what I found out was, you know, change and growing is like, it's not a linear path.
Right.
You know? And it's like, I think along the way, there were many times like, I got it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bet.
Yeah.
I'm going. And, you know,
4 months later.
A moment later.
Sonically, this album does kind of feel like your entire discography in one project. Was there pressure? Kind of, I feel like the catch-22 of making a classic album is that everyone is going to want it again. And even going from Wild Heart to War and Leisure, you did steer away from trying to make Kaleidoscope Dreams 2.
Yeah.
What was the thought going into this? Because there's a lot of like alternative, almost like TRL Blink-182 type style in this.
We're at crazy love. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
Coming back, was there a pressure of thinking like, damn, should I just go back to what I know my core maybe wants for me, which is more traditional R&B, or should I keep this path of evolving my sound? What was
that's always it's always the question, right? But we have to remember that, and I remind myself this, when All I Want Is You came out, what that sounded like in the songwriting, that's not what was happening at the time.
Yeah.
And my core audience from that album, when Kaleidoscope Dream came, that's also not what they were expecting or what it sounded like in the time.
Yeah.
And Kaleidoscope Dream, that core audience is not the core audience from Wild Heart and so on and so forth. And I think, to answer your question, I would consider myself more like a restaurateur than every album is like its own restaurant. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a core principle in the approach. Yeah. But the cuisine may be a little different. Yeah. I'm also the head chef. Right. So you're still gonna feel me in the dishes. That's all my personality, all where I come from. But you know, I might bring in some new flavors. It's gonna be some new technique even, you know? And so each album is its own restaurant and cuisine experience, dining experience. This album, this experience is personally, I think for my fans, for my audience, it will be a classic album. Now, whether or not it becomes a classic album for, a broad audience, it's not really I have no say in that. That's timing and that's all kinds of things. What I will say is that this one is my most aggressive album for sure. Yeah. And I think in that it's fitting for the times. Because what I've learned is that when you're going through some like refining, you gotta be aggressive. You can't be passive.
Right.
You can't be lackadaisical, and you can't sleep on any of it. You start to veer back into the old your comfort zone. And I think it happened naturally because of what we're seeing. Like, we're in a time where overall, I feel like there's a lot of anger and aggression. And it dawned on me that we need to be this is the mode. This is not a time for us to be honky-dory. You feel me? Like, it is the time to be like, no, I don't like this. Yeah. We need, and I don't like it today, and I don't like it tomorrow, and I'm not gonna be okay with it until it's right. Yeah. And I think that at the core of this one, there's a real need for change. There's a drive to change, and I think that's what makes it relevant. None of my other albums have ever had that at the core. Is
that the electric guitar? Because the electric guitar can kind of feel aggressive.
Yeah,
at times. But is that the reason why there's more of that on this project? Is because of the energy and the mode that you're in?
I would say I think that's the most. The electric guitar throughout my albums has always been
because you've always
driving,
yeah,
always a driver. I think that live drums on this album. I think there's a lot of, even tempo wise, there's a few records on others more than any of my other albums that feel like they're driving. Yeah. And they're aggressive. And even on the mid-tempo side, New Martyrs still feels
yeah.
And then there's songs. There's a song called Perderme, which is like I lose myself, and that feels like there's just something in there. Yeah. So I would say that, and the drums, but just the spirit of the whole thing is really coming from me feeling like I'm not okay with just being okay anymore.
And that's fine.
Yeah. And I'm demanding of myself to figure it out. Yeah. And that's where this one
interesting way to approach it.
Yeah. But where would you say that, I guess, new form of aggression derived from? Was that, in the 8 years of you finding yourself in different situations, is there a core point where you think that aggression started?
It's probably just been building. And also I realized in the process that I haven't always been I haven't considered that my anger and aggression needs to be dealt with in a I've never needed to. It wasn't always like something that was like forward facing. Yeah. I think
it's because it was building.
For sure. No, look, this industry, in any industry, man, you start to deal with people, and people think they can take advantage of you, or you get taken advantage of, and you learn your lessons the hard way sometimes. But that shit starts to pile up, and you want to take the high road, you want to be on, and on top of that, you're considering things that people say, when you're forward facing, it's like people say things that they have no insight on. So you're dealing with that. And then you've got the regular shit, life.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it was just building. Yeah. I just was like, man, I need to get this out somewhere.
Pretending like it didn't matter. And that was just building shit up. What was like the first hard lesson you felt like you learned in the music industry?
To deal with people one-on-one. To not do that in this business will come at the cost of money and a lot of time. I think being direct with people and dealing with people directly, and I'm old enough now where in the past, it was very much like, let your lawyers handle or let the manager handle. It's always somebody that they would like to put in front of in order, at the time, it was like to, you know, protect you. But what ends up happening is like other people's egos get in the way, people misrepresent your position, or even sometimes inadvertently color a message in their own way that changes the outcome. And that can go both ways, positive and negative sometimes, you know. In my case, I've learned that dealing with people directly is way more effective. And I think that's why even now the things move faster, because we're dealing with people. It's a DM, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't need to talk to him, you know.
We can talk right now.
Yeah, let's just do it. And also as a man, dealing with things directly is way more effective.
Always the best way.
Just get to the point. Let's go to the source and let's handle it. And we can squash it. We can get on the same page and everything move forward. So I think that's the biggest one. Not to hide behind people or teams. I think being very direct.
The politics of it all.
Yeah.
Listen.
Just get that out the way.
Yeah.
I mean, even on an artist level too, because I feel, you know, outside of you being on classic hooks with your music, you've been very particular on who you collab with. Like there hasn't been many features in your discography like that.
Yeah. You know what though? I would say in the future, I would do way more, but I would preface it like, I'm not doing no features with nobody that I haven't had some food or coffee or a conversation with.
Why is that? Because a lot of artists don't do that. Like they just like, he's hot or she's hot right now. I need to get a joint. Let me do this.
I'll send you the session.
Miguel wants to go to dinner. Let's go have lunch at least. Let's sit down. Let's kick it.
Man, because this is like my life. I put my like heart into everything I do. It's really personal. None of this is like business. It's business. You know, there's that part of it. But when it comes to the music part, like I'm really trying. It's really effort. And then on top of that, then you're going to ask me to post about it and then show for the video and then do you a favor over here. If any of that happens and then like the person is an asshole and I find it out too late, it's happened where I'll be like, I don't ever want to be around that person. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm not collabing with somebody that puts ketchup on eggs. I'm not. We can't do nothing together. Like I don't even.
Anything else is fine.
That's my one. It's like, you know what? I'm booked. I'm not gonna be able to send that verse back.
I just can't get on the same level. We don't see eye to eye.
Sorry, J. Cole.
I can't do it. Sorry,
bro. I'm sorry, bro. Nah.
No, but that makes sense though, because a lot of people, you know, when you talk about collabing, now it's so easy to collab. Like you said, a DM. But if you don't sit down and connect with somebody, it's like you don't really feel like the energy is not like, even to an extent, like the things that Rory and I do with guests, like we say, damn, I hate meeting, like I hate that we're having this conversation with you on camera for the first time.
Right.
I would rather meet Miguel like in Manhattan, like,
we went to the Chinese food spot, or we had a drink or whatever.
Because it just makes, everything is different after that.
Right.
The energy, everything is different.
Right.
But as far as making music, it's a whole different level of just chemistry when you're able to really sit down and get to know somebody and connect with them. Yeah.
I did get lucky though. Like Cole is one of those people where it was like, we just locked in, and he's actually a good person. You know, he's just a good person. I got lucky, and there's a couple like really significant points in my. I have to say I've been very lucky, where I've actually really connected with like my significant, you know, like collaborators, mentors are good people. I got lucky like that. There's a lot of people who don't get that, and at this point, I'm like, I've had it happen where I do a collab, and you know, it was the right thing in terms of this was a name at the time, or they were having a moment or whatever. And then later on, I'm just like, I don't. We don't really.
We don't really connect like that.
Not really. You know what I mean? Like no ill will or anything at all. But just like I don't really ever want to kick it with you.
I feel that.
Like respectfully, I'm just like,
I definitely feel that though.
It's interesting too that like rappers kind of get the rap, no pun intended, that they're the ones that are standoffish or won't work with each other. R&B artists are that times 10. Like if you go with the Coles, Kendricks, Drake, Big Sean, Wale, like that class, they've all collaborated with each other. Now, if you would go with your class, which you, Frank, Weekend, Party Next Door, like R&B people, even with their graduating class, never really fuck with each other like that.
It's a trip. It's a trip. I was just having this conversation too. We were talking about the difference in support. Also because I can hear that class in the music, and and it's like I can look at it and be like, damn, like I did my thing, we did our thing, like it's in, like I can hear how my approach is like really actually kind of affected, and it's a dope thing to see, and to see everyone else, see everyone else's influence and the shaping of the sound. I mean, we started alternative R&B. There was no category for that. It was like we did that.
Yeah, there was no blog R&B at the time.
Like, we were the ones, right? Sure, yeah. It was, and it is a shame to think that we actually never really did. And I don't know what that's about. I think about historically, when soul music was in Detroit, when it was Philly or Detroit, there was a hub of and a scene where writers and artists were working together. Stevie's all over all the Motown records. Yeah. You know what I mean? Marvin Gaye was in he was in a band. They were all working together.
Traveled together on tours together.
I still don't have an answer for why it doesn't happen.
I mean, I think with a lot of them, they had similar producers in common. Right. So they would be in sessions. Exactly. Everyone was kind of running through the same system. Where that's different now. And I think rappers also, it's a bit easier if we both walk into a studio and agree on a beat. Something can easily come out of that, where I feel like some of the greater R&B artists are so in tune with their production. Right. Like they are producers as well. That can get weird. Like if you and Frank walk into a studio, you're both going to have different directions as far as the production goes.
The approach or the sonic.
Whereas, a loop beat with a fucking soul sample, I feel Cole and Wale be like, this is great, let's go.
Yeah, like this, like banger. All right, banger. We agree, that shit is gonna go crazy.
So I think maybe that's where it could derive from, just on the production side, because everyone's so hands-on.
Especially before too, we're talking about songwriters. And crafters. Like I write and produce. Like I produced Adorn.
Real music.
Yeah. I wrote that song. You know what I mean? I wrote Sure Thing. And it's not a verse. Also, it's also the approach. Like a crazy verse from an MC is gonna be like, can kill the whole song. Yeah. It's like, man, like let me think. Like Nicki Minaj verse on Monster. Like her verse won the song. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Two of the greatest rappers of all time.
On that, but it's like a verse can go crazy for an MC, but for singing, I don't know how, I think it can I think now it's evolved where we could approach it that way. And I think it'd be interesting to explore it like that. But I know in the past it was about, we're singer-songwriters, and we're producers. So it was about the song, was the whole thing, and artists. So I wonder if there's something interesting there though. It's like, what if we just approach it as verses?
Right. Way, Have you ever had to meet any of your idols or people that you looked up to and were like disappointed and like heartbroken, like, oh, this person is not really a good person, or like not what I thought it would be?
Definitely ones where I wish we would have got on. Like we could have found some like, okay, I fuck with you, like on the personal. Who did I not really? You know what? Honestly, I would almost say, I would wager that more it was like me. That it was you. It was me. The one that they was like, oh, am I the problem?
I'm the weirdo.
This was the 8 years of disappearing where you had to learn these things.
I needed to go do something. I was the problem.
I am the drama.
It never happened. It was me.
I am the drama.
I'm here to tell
what was
you
the scenario that you felt that way, that you looked back like, you know what, damn,
I fucked that up. Yeah.
No, I'll say this. This is one I wish it would, and it wasn't because anyone was when I was doing Kaleidoscope Dream, I was here at Platinum Sound. I was over there for a long time when Platinum Sound was over in Midtown. Shout out to Jerry Wonder.
Legendary
Shout out to Jerry Wonder. Yeah. I mean, what happened in that studio in terms of just like the amount of fun and the songs and all that was incredible. And we have finally had momentum, and Adorn was having a moment, and we were finishing that album. I got to work with PHARRELL finally. And Pharrell came and he spent some days with me. And I still look at those sessions and I'm like, man, I really wish we would have found one. What we did doesn't fit the album. It doesn't, it would have never worked on Kaleidoscope Dream. And I'm clear about that. But also like, I just wish I would have locked in with him more because he's a hero of mine, you know? And I always like, just like, damn, I wish, like, was it me? Like, was I just like too, and I was really adamant too. I was like, I knew what I wanted. Yeah. And I was really sure.
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm about to say that has to be commendable and respectable, especially for Pharrell to see a young artist so fixed on who they are and what they want and the sound that they want to create. I know what you mean though, because it's like, damn, this is Pharrell. Like,
it's
I wish I could, But
I will say this though, I mean, look, he's a visionary. And he came in and we cut this record that is a banger. I can't find like the hard drive that has the session on it is like, it's somewhere in like in storage somewhere, but it's very much feels like a Prince record. But but me still, you know, but he came in with such a vision and I don't think I was ready for that. I was like, I had a clear different vision. And I've seen in subsequent interviews of his, they've asked some questions like, I mean, you could tell I've thought about this. I've really thought about this.
Yeah, this has been haunting you.
Oh, bro, it's been on my belt. Like, man, like, why didn't we?
This is the 8 years, right?
Like, why didn't we? I know it was all that. Like, damn, it didn't happen with Peeje.
If Kaleidoscope Dreams wasn't a classic, I'd say this should keep you up at night.
You fucked up, dog.
But you got it right with Kaleidoscope Dreams. You got it right.
But would that have worked maybe more on Wild Heart? Because I mean, that was kind of the stereotypical fan perspective of like, all right, is he about to do his Prince thing?
He's going. No. I think on the contrary, this was I don't even know where this record would have fit. But I do think it would have probably, at the time, it probably would have hit. I think he was right. Yeah. And I think based on what fans wanted, what's known about me and my taste and who I'm drawing from, my inspirations and whatnot, it would have made a lot of sense. And the record was a great record. But I just wanted to go a different direction.
And he spoke about it in interviews as well? No.
He's talked about other situations where he's been in a room and he's like, you know, not everybody's ready to hear my vision. And the ones that do have listened, you know, he's like, more often than not, you know, have had great moments with them. And he did it in a...
He's talking about you.
Yeah, you were watching YouTube in your kitchen like, that's about me. This is about me.
And even if it's not, you're going to feel like that. Like, that's about me, definitely.
Yeah, no, he definitely wasn't. And I think it might have been an interview before I worked with him. Okay. But I think he was like referring to like maybe Justin or something at the time. And he's like, you know, not every time I go in and they're ready to hear what I'm seeing. But when they trust me to just do the thing, he's like, that's how we get this and that. And I think he was talking about Justin and whatnot. He might have mentioned Kendrick or something in it, but it's one of those ones where it wasn't either of us. It just didn't happen. Yeah. And I always look at it and I'm like, fuck, man, I really wish it would happen.
Again, I think that speaks more to greatness and your vision. Like, for example, we were talking when JID dropped his record with Eminem and was like, this isn't on the album. Yeah. And it made me go, oh, this JID album has to be great that he's so stuck on his vision that this Eminem shit
is not
this
on
is not
here.
what I'm trying to do with a project. It made me more excited about it.
Valid.
Because to just leave off a Eminem verse on your album is like, all right, you have a vision.
Yeah.
The same way of like, damn, am I really about to just leave a Pharrell session and be like, nah?
Yeah.
The fuck?
We did a couple other ones and I've been meaning to hit him because he was telling me earlier that I should be leaning into just being Latino. And like, he's like, bro, who can do it? He was definitely like, he was coaching, you know, he was like, and I wasn't in the place at the time. Also, I didn't feel like I had done the work to feel doing music in Spanish felt organic. It was too big of a leap at the time. But he's like a whole, I mean, 10 years actually, because after my sessions for Kaleidoscope Dream, we worked in like Nashville during like Bonnaroo or some shit like that. And he was like, bro, you got to get on your Latin shit hard. And he cooked up some like, you know, those rhythms.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
But then fast forward 8 years later, on this album, CAOS, like, I'm definitely
The intro.
I'm in it. I've been waiting for the time when I see him and I'm like, you were right, bro. I just wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this album definitely got
100.
Do you still have that loaded up in your MPC, the shit you cooked up in that?
I'm like, where is that?
I'm good to go
now. It's time.
Miguel's been tearing his storage up like I gotta find this fucking hard drive.
Maul, you see my phone is broken. I need a new one.
It's time.
Maybe the all-new iPhone 17 Pro. I don't know if you know this, but it was designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever. Obviously, it's the 17th.
Exactly.
But are you also thinking about the traffic on your way to get the phone, Maul? Maybe to go to the store, transferring all your data. That can get...
Sometimes that could stop you from going.
It can get messy. Well, I have good news for you. When you order a new phone online with Boost Mobile, they'll send you an expert to your home or work to deliver your brand new iPhone 17 and get you set up on the Boost Mobile within minutes. No hassle.
Not the Boost Mobile.
Yeah,
the
it's
Boost Mobile.
like the Bronx.
Yeah, it's the Bronx if you want to be technical. Visit boostmobile.com to get started. Delivery available for select devices purchased at boostmobile.com. Terms apply.
Today's show is brought to you by our new presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet. It's simple, it's clean, it's packed with new promos every day, starting with your first bet. New customers can place a $5 bet, and if it hits, you get not only your winnings, but also $150 in extra bonus bets.
I like that.
This coming Monday, it's Jets in Miami. They're both 0-3, so have a blast betting on that one.
Somebody's O's gotta go.
Somebody's
O's.
gonna.
It's
they
gotta
have
go.
to win. So clearly someone's gonna win. So bet with Hard Rock Bet. Download the app right now. Make your first deposit today.
Payable and bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida in Florida. Offered by Seminole Hard Rock Digital LLC in all other states. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Indiana, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, or Virginia to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? In Florida, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT. In Indiana, if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, and Virginia.
Do you think in 2025 something like an Adorn could work, or do you think the landscape has just changed? Like, I feel like timeless records pre-COVID were the definition. Timeless. This could have been in any time and it would have worked. I feel like that is kind of left, and I'm not sure if it's an algorithm thing. I don't know if it's an attention span thing. I don't know if it's just a lack of feeling in music. But those timeless records, I don't know if you can place them in this time now and they would get the same reaction. Like, would Adorn just be oh, that's an amazing record, but is it getting the legs that it would deserve in this time?
I kind of have given up on I think there's so many variables and like the timing of songs, and like it has so much to do with all of these different variables. Could it? Sure, it could. Would it? I don't fucking know.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. Sure Thing. I put that record out when I wrote Sure Thing when I was 18 years old, 19.
You know what I wrote when I was 18? A fucking letter to my principal. Like,
bruh. My bad.
Yeah, Sure Thing at 18.
An apology to the judge.
Like, what the fuck?
I will not.
Yeah, like, that's crazy. At 18, you wrote that record? Damn.
Yeah, and it did good at the time, but I was on a record label called Jive Records at the time. The promo department didn't work records from black artists, black music in the way that maybe, and also R&B music was not necessarily a pop genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I was a new artist. So I'm giving you all these like variables. I'm like, that record went #1 2 years ago, a whole decade more after it was written and published and out in the thing. And even though it did numbers when it came out, the variables didn't line up for it to be a #1 record or what have you. And then all of a sudden, random TikTok person does this thing with the video, puts it in a song, and then another person. I can't play like.
How does that make you feel as an artist though? Like for some random TikTok girl to be doing a makeup tutorial with your record playing, and then now it's going crazy on the charts again after. Like you don't look at that like,
bro, it wasn't even the original video that shit went crazy on. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
It's like a girl in a van, like if she was getting kidnapped, has nothing to do.
That wasn't your vision at all.
Bro, it makes no sense. Like, if I was ever getting kidnapped, you know.
The kidnapper thought it was a sure thing.
He did, yeah. And somehow that's the video that made someone else create something. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if Adorn.
Which is kind of nuts because it's like, it's the Steve Lacy effect of like,
I mean, man.
should I be upset or should I be happy? Like, yes, I'm happy that now my music is out there, but it's bringing in an audience that doesn't particularly care about my artistry.
They show up and they're like,
we just want that song,
give me that
part
song.
of the song. That's it.
Yeah. I throw somebody's phone off stage the same. You know what I'm saying? You better know my lyrics now.
I mean, do you think that may happen in the upcoming tour with this project that you'll get maybe some younger kids that know the shit off
the older
TikTok?
songs? Yeah, they'll be like, play Sure Thing. Yeah. For sure it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I am kind of lucky in this way though, that I do have a core audience that have been with me since All I Want Is You, since, you know, enough so that I feel like will fill in the gaps. The crazy thing I wonder is if Adorn will have a moment coming back.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm like coming back. I'm like, oh shit, they're just discovering All I Want Is You. Wait till they get to Kaleidoscope Dream. Wait till wait till they get to. So
it's gonna take one like royal wedding.
Exactly.
Or it's some Saudi wedding.
Something random as fuck, like,
play Adorn.
a Saudi wedding. Adorn is #1 this week. Like what?
But I mean, your team is here now, and you guys can have this one for free on the tour. Maybe you set up some type of thing. You know, Chris Brown brings like a fan on stage. Maybe you kidnap a fan at the end of every show in the van, and like that just becomes a thing. Just Rickety Van drives on stage, and then you kidnap a child.
I think the Ricky Van, just anything that looks real sus, and we put somebody in, tie them up.
Yeah,
it's gonna go viral.
It's gonna fucking go viral.
It's gonna go viral.
I know your intentions were not this at all in the song How Many Drinks, but in 2025, how do you think that song would play?
That is a consent record.
We know
it's
that.
It's a consent record.
Yeah, we know that. In 2025,
how many drinks
it was a question.
Would it take you? How many? Are we talking 3? Are we talking 2? That is posing a question.
Yeah.
I started to get everyone's mind warped into hypersensitive shit. Because when Kaleidoscope Dreams came out, that would have never even crossed my mind that would come across that way. But then through COVID, when your mind changes and you've been internalizing everything being sensitive,
everybody's a victim.
I go back to the shit. I'm like, well, this could be misconstrued.
It could be definitely twisted. It was twisted for a second.
It's not quite Rick Ross. I dropped a Molly in her drink.
Yeah, no, it's not that.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't that.
It's not that.
Yeah, it wasn't that. But in 2025, I mean, it almost like when Rory said it earlier, I was like, you know what's crazy? It's almost like, should I even play this record? Like if I'm in a car with some girls, it's like, do I put this on? Because it's just a different world.
It's
like nobody understands context, or even if they do understand it, they don't care.
Right.
They want to be upset. They want to be victims. They want to know we cannot listen to this. It's like, bro, that's not what this song is about.
It's not. No. I think.
And do you perform that song on tour?
Hell yeah.
I mean, are you still in contact with the woman that you drop kicked?
Oh my goodness, no.
Just while we're on this topic.
I haven't. I have not. You know
I
what?
need to wear she now TikTok video.
I'm not in contact.
We need to check in with her though. We do need to check in. I do know that she was okay.
Yeah.
You know, after I think it's been ample time to check in.
But you are going back on the road.
We'll be back on tour in February for sure. I'll play the Forum for the first time in my hometown.
Oh,
fire.
Yeah, we do the Forum in LA, so I'm excited.
Which city is your favorite? Like your favorite city to perform in, like every time?
Like on tour. It's hard to say. I would say New York has always been a special place for me. My career really starts on the East Coast.
Interesting.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, they didn't play any of my records on the West Coast, my first album.
Really?
None of those songs were on the radio in LA.
That's
in
crazy.
the Bay, they did though. Big shout out to the Bay.
Okay.
Bay Area may be one of my top ones. And look, I am born and raised in LA. I will always rep Los Angeles. That's my city or what have you. But we're just not known for having great shows. Like the crowds in LA.
Because we say that when we did some shows in LA, it's like the crowd is just a little more laid back and quiet and kind of just staring at you in Cali. Like, why is that?
Yeah.
Is it that? We always joke and say everybody's high.
But everybody's high in the Bay too, though.
Yeah.
Everybody's high everywhere. What?
Yeah, at a show.
Yeah. You gotta be high. But it's just something about LA though, where it's just like the energy is always more reserved.
I believe you will find more than any artist upset at their shows, like video of them being like, "This shit is like, y'all better come on, like get it."
Yeah.
In Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I just think it's just a cultural like laid back thing, I guess, about Los Angeles.
Because even I feel like New York has the stereotype of like the too cool crowd, but I always felt that was misjudged. Like I think New York crowd.
New York goes crazy.
Yeah, New York is lit.
LA may be the
always
only
lit in New
stereotype that I think is true with crowds. I've been to rap shows, R&B shows, rock shows, podcast. Like everyone is just fucking standing there. It's like, why'd you buy a ticket?
Yeah.
You don't want to dance?
Actually, the last show I went to in LA that cracked was a Turnstile show.
Okay.
And I was in the pit for the most of that show, but that was a dope one. And this is before their newest album. Actually, great album. Also,
did anyone in the pit go, "Oh shit, is that Miguel?"
Hell no. No. They give a fuck.
In the pit like, Miguel?
That ain't Miguel.
They're just like, go hard.
Do you do that often though? Do you go like see other artists like to their live shows?
Yeah.
And just, as a fan, just kind of like look at the set and.
Yes. And I prefer to be in it. Like I don't want to be
backstage. You don't
I'm not trying to be. I don't want to do that. Side of stage, sound is trash.
Yeah.
I want to go listen and like absorb and enjoy the show and like really feel it. You know, that's just the. I mean, we forget like that's the beauty of getting together and listening to great shit. Is like you're around people. You're around people enjoying a moment. That's what they just brought me on, man. I've been excited about this. I'm scholar in residence at NYU for this semester.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, I'm doing a course entitled "Speaking CAOS to Power."
Okay,
which is just about across the board taking all of our endeavors and making sure that we're using it in a way that's equitable. Which I feel like is the right time for that. But especially in music and across the arts, across all mediums, I think. Really being intentional about how we're organizing and molding and shaping the industries of IP and utilizing IP and how that IP should remain in the power of the creators and also the systems by which that IP gets distributed and monetized should be owned and operated by the creators.
Yeah. I
think it's that time where it's no longer other entrepreneurs then building businesses off of IP. I think it should be artist owned is important. So anyway, built a whole course around that. But this shit, I don't even know. We were talking about it's the moments of getting together and organizing. I mean, these are the beginnings of it. Our shows, like go to your support your art, go to your artist shows, enjoy them. That is the function of art.
Yeah.
Art brings people together around emotion, which erases the differences, creed, color, religious belief, ethnic background. All of that completely disappears when you're in the presence of art.
Yeah.
That's why you'll go look at a painting and sit and just stare at that bitch and just be like, I don't know who this artist is.
How did somebody do? Yeah, how did they create this?
But this is like, I fuck with this. Or you listen to a poet who's from a completely different walk of life, and you're like, this is just. I feel this.
Yeah.
Like last night I was at the Blue Note. I watched a poet by the name of Queen Sheba. She's from Atlanta. And she did an amazing piece last night, moving. And I'm like, man, how often do we go see poetry anymore? And like, how often are we going? So I think about that just to say like, no, like I go to shows to enjoy and absorb the fucking emotion. That's what it's about.
Like average live music beats good recorded music.
Yo,
like
any day.
any day.
Yeah.
Just if you would just walk past somebody and watch the Square Park and they just playing, that's going to feel better than good recorded music
That's
at
valid.
any moment of professionals.
Also, why I love New Orleans. I love being in
one of the
New
greatest
Orleans.
One of my favorite cities, and it's the only city in the States where you feel like you're not in the States.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of
it
those.
feels like a whole other place.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, New Orleans is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
New York
Mm-hmm.
for sure. London's been really good to me. South Africa is great. Australia.
Okay.
Yeah. Australia is always really good. Those are some big ones.
Now that I know your career started in New York more or less and you're recording out here, what were some of the spots you were going to in 2010?
In New York?
In New York, yeah. I'm curious what the Miguel like club run was like. Like was he at Up and Down?
I was gonna say Up and Down. Up and Down was crazy.
Miguel
Do you remember?
outside. Like I walked past Miguel a few times in the club. I'm like, is that Miguel? Like this? He's just like, yeah,
Is
I'm
that
out.
Griffin
Like,
chilling?
Up and Down.
Yeah, lit. Up and Down was the
No, that was
one.
like that's a legendary
That was the
spot. I've
one.
definitely seen Miguel like maybe leaving Capella one night getting something to eat.
Capella for sure was the go-to late night. Always.
Yeah.
We still go there. I still get the tacos there. They had to bring them back because they got rid of them for
Yeah.
a second.
Yeah.
If you've never been to Capella and you've been in the city, go there. Yeah,
I think like a Vashti Santos set. Maybe I've seen you
for sure.
Seen you at.
For sure. Where have we been?
New York is so different.
Little
now.
Sister,
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm trying to
was
reminisce because
one.
we don't have these things.
We don't
anymore.
have these things anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of changed.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
we're
people
just
are
too old to
outside
know it.
now. People are still outside though. Like
But
this is
doing
like
what are people doing outside in New York?
it's
What
not
are
the
you doing?
same.
It's
not
not.
the same.
They're bringing One Oak back because New York is so terrible now.
Yeah, I feel like New York has kind of transitioned to more like private parties. It's like
Yeah, it's gotten more like to the
after-party
LA
private.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
The members clubs, like, you know, the Soho houses and things
Yeah.
like that.
yeah.
Like that's
The
you
one
know
I
what
just
people
went
do, I
to.
guess.
I went to a spot. Where, I'm trying to think. The last dinner we did was at the. I just had dinner with Nikki over there. Nicole's one of my best friends. What was that spot? But yes, the private clubs is going crazy out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
The private spots.
How has fatherhood changed your brain in the last year?
I know how it's changed his. Yeah.
I never had grades before.
Bro, me too. My shit is just, and the weird thing is they come and they go. It's like they're in and then they'll be like, all right, I'm chilling.
Some days I wake up with more grays and then they disappear. And
Yeah. They'd be like, I'm coming though. Like, gotcha.
yeah, the more my daughter kicks me in the face at night, the more the grays come
Serious.
out.
Yeah.
I'm getting that right now big time. The wake up with the slap.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd appreciate it so much, but I love it. It's crazy.
Best wake up ever.
Dad brain is a real thing.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting all of its shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I could be this tired and just still be like, all right, well, make it work. I have a tremendous appreciation for my parents in a very different way.
For sure.
You know, we were talking about this in the kitchen. It's like people do say that it's like you do feel that way. It's like the most life-changing thing, but it is scary.
Yeah.
I look at the world differently.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a big responsibility to both like try and do something about what I see because it's going to be his.
Yeah.
And I also am like the most angry and protective that I've ever been, which I think is a sign of maturity. Oddly, I'm like, oh no, you actually, it's not all good out here and everything's going to be all right just because it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
You know? And I think I took that. I was very much in that like, manifested, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Before it's like, nah, you're gonna have to make that shit happen.
Yeah, it's crazy the feelings of going from feeling so insignificant once you have a child because this is the most important thing to wow, I am the most important person because I'm teaching my dumbass is teaching you everything you need to know. And it's like, should I be doing this?
Yeah. It'll have you questioning. I was tripping that they just gave us the baby after he was born. They're like, all right, go home. I was like, that's it? You're not gonna show me how to get him into this car seat?
Turn it off?
Like how to I'm like, am I gonna break him? Like, can we like, is it it's a trip. It really is a trip.
They brought us to like our, the room after she gave birth and they just put Amara in the shit and closed the door. And we was like, wait,
It was like, peace.
Oh, no. Come back. I need I have some questions.
Show me how.
Yeah. How did you wrap them up like that? Okay, can you at least show me that one more time? Yeah. It's I do feel, and I don't want to say, the word that I was going to say is inadequate, but it's not that I feel inadequate. I feel I'm aware that I don't have the answers.
Yeah.
You know? And we were talking about that, like, damn shit. Cause my son is 1. So he's gonna be at, and you're saying your daughter's 2.
Two. Yeah.
Two. Yeah. Yeah, he when he starts asking those questions, like, I don't know.
I don't know, son. I really don't know.
But you know what though? I will say that I will feel comfortable saying, I don't know, son. Let's look it up. You know, like I do feel good about that.
I've gotten
I don't
out
feel like I
to-
have to have the answer.
Yeah.
to that place, because for the first like few months where she was really starting to have like real thoughts and questions, I was so insecure of like, I don't know anything. Like she's asking simple and profound questions. I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like, now I've gotten more comfortable with saying, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I have no, and I feel like that prepares them as well, because she's not gonna know shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes she'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's figure it out.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the opportunity. I will probably be hitting ChatGPT though. I'll be like, so why is the moon so big today? I'm like, I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah.
So listening to this project, well, back to the the lack of features. I don't know if were there any features on this project?
Just George Clinton in the very end, which is a dream.
He just threw.
Yeah,
He just threw George Clinton.
Yeah.
Just George
Only,
Clinton.
not just. I'm sorry. Only George Clinton.
Yeah.
And that's intentional for sure. Good Thoughts, Bad Thoughts has been a big. It had a big impact in my has had a big impact in my life, and because this album kind of like represents, I feel like a turning point for me. It's personal. I wanted it to be just about the overarching where I'm at, and just George is just his words and in that song. If you've never heard Good Thoughts, Bad Thoughts, the first 2.5, 3 minutes is just soloing, and then the second half is George Clinton just speaking deep truth.
Yeah.
The kind of truth that's like a breath of fresh air, and also like feels like it's ominous. It's like an ominous truth that stuck with me since the very first time I heard it. And a lot of that is like core belief for me. Travel like a king. It's like your thoughts, like careful of the plant seeds you plant in your mind, because seeds grow according to their kind. It's like deep things that resonate with me, and things that I, want to instill in my son. And I think it is those core beliefs that really help push through some of the change in this album. That it was a dream to have him on the album, and it all the more makes him being on the last song, which is called A Beautiful I'm sorry, not beautiful, Kama Karma. It makes it even more important. So yeah, he blessed me. He blessed me there.
As a musician and songwriter, what is your greatest one song? Greatest, not yours, and just one of the greatest songs you've ever heard.
I'm telling you, this is my favorite song of all time. So Good Thoughts, Bad Thoughts by Funkadelic. One of the greatest songs of all time. One of my top, and it's not just the second half. It is the first half it's like it's transcending. It's you can close your eyes and it's going to take you to a whole other place.
Yeah.
And then the second half is like a double down on like just belief systems, and to think that it came at a time, in the time that it came, is just like just so far ahead.
Yeah.
George is a visionary, and I mean,
Absolutely.
he's made just shit that's gonna last forever and ever and ever. So yeah,
that makes so much sense though. That would be, because I feel like Kaleidoscope Dreams even is like a continuation of Maggot Brain.
Yeah,
more or less.
it is
very much Funkadelic. Maggot Brain to me would be Kaleidoscope Dreams of that time. So yeah, it does make a lot of sense. How did that whole relationship with him even
How did
start?
that happen, bro? How did that with George? Did they just reach out because he was working on something?
He was working on something, and he wanted you to do something with him.
Yeah.
Y'all swap.
That's crazy.
It was just kind of
reached
one
out
of
because
those
he wanted me to do
ones.
something.
That's wild.
it was one of those,
Like, is this a prank call type of moment?
yeah, it was like that. I was like, really?
Are you sure?
George Clinton.
Yeah. So yeah, it just came about that he was working on a project and his team reached out and I was like, tell him Good Thoughts, Bad Thoughts is like one of my favorite songs of all time. And it's like changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him the story of how I heard the song the first time. I was at Coachella. I was driving, windows down. I don't know who left this CD in my car. This is back before when Coachella was still an electronic music and arts. It's like electronic festival.
And now it's something totally different.
Yeah,
It's
very
something
different.
totally different.
Very different. Very different. And I was coming from a long night. I did all kind of shit, and I was driving back to my little shitty motel that I found last minute, and I popped the CD in just because I was like, windows are down. I'm high. Do not advise anyone doing this.
You know, it's a wild night when you don't even know who left the CD in your car.
Oh, I don't know. I still to this day don't know who left that CD in my car. But I put this, and the first thing that came on was this, and it comes in kind of soft. It kind of creeps in, and after a long night, it was like you're high, windows down, the sun is coming up. I've got like the mountains on my right, and the sun is coming up on the left, and I'm just like, the wind is blowing, but it's hot because you're in India,
in the desert, yeah.
And this guitar comes in, and it's like magic, and I'm just going, and I'm driving. It's taken a long time to get there. I'm driving for some time, and it feels good, and all of a sudden, Travel Like a King, and I'm like, I've swerved. I'm like, because it's jarring. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But I gain control of the car. Almost, I almost crash out. Get control of the car, and I, tighten up. And in that time, I must have been really too high. Mm-hmm. So it sobered me up, one.
Yeah.
But it also locked me in, and I listened to just George Clinton just speaking the just deep, deep truth. And that shit hit me so hard, and it's still to this day. Again, it's something that I'll play for my son, and it's one of those songs that I'll just always be like, it's...
It stuck with you.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful. Are you a Miss Rachel family? Or are you... what's your go-to with screen time?
Screen time for him?
Yeah.
No screen time.
Love it.
Right now. No screen time.
You say that now.
I know.
You're gonna give in.
No, I'm counting down the days. I'm like, when can we start doing screen time, please? Because sometimes
wait till you're in Holland Tunnel traffic. It's like, all right, take the iPad.
Here, just take it. Yeah, he's definitely trying. I need to get like a disguise, like a book or something, like something to make it not look like it's a phone, because he knows exactly what this is, and he's like,
which is crazy.
Oh my God, he's like, he picks it up and moves his thumb around like he knows what he's doing. I'm like, all right, yeah.
Before we let you go, I have kind of a random yet nerdy question. What is your relationship with Blue like these days?
Man, Blue is, for those of you that don't know, Blue and I go back to high school.
Yeah.
We went to high school together. And we talk on text here and there, but we actually haven't kicked it in a long time. But that's my brother. Like, that's my brother.
And one of the most talented ever.
If you have not listened to Below the Heavens, go do yourself a favor and listen to a classic album called Below the Heavens. Man, he's still crushing with Exile, him and Exile. We're like, we it's just online text message kind of like keeping up, but there's always like one or two things in a year that I'll catch him at. It's either an anniversary that we get to kick it, or it'll be like a little family hang. It'll be me, B, our boy B. He's like kind of like our bigger brother figure growing up. But yeah, we'll have a hang once or twice in a year, but we haven't kicked it in a long, long time. Yeah.
As a fan, I would love for a Blue and Miguel EP at some point.
I honestly feel, you know what? Me too.
Like, I think that would be incredible, especially in this time.
I absolutely was like, we've been, just like keeping up a little more regular. I feel like it's like,
it's leaning that way.
It's in there.
When it's supposed to happen with timing.
Also because, when he found out that I was, having a son or whatever, he was he has some kids as well. That's a whole other thing too. When your friends become parents and you're also parents, it's like, oh, okay.
It's a different level.
Yeah, you just start to, and you look at life different. You know, you look at the journey, you're like, so it makes you want to lock in even more.
Who gave us kids? Like,
Yeah.
Can't believe we the
How
adults.
did they let us do this? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love that. Yeah, I think it would be really special.
Yeah.
It would be really special.
Is there any producers that you haven't worked with that you do want to work with outside of you and Pharrell working again at some point?
Yeah, right. There's a lot, man. I've been blessed to be able to do this kind of self-sustainably and then work with a lot of incredible producers along the way already. I've never done any music with shit. I want to do something with Trent.
Okay.
Fly Low.
mm-hmm.
We've been talking about doing music for some time. I think Fly Low is one. Like Dave knows, Dave Siddick is on my last 2 albums. We've done work together, and he was really integral in helping me get my mind around this album. But I'd love to do a full project with Dave Siddick. Jeff, I'd love to do a lot more with Jeff Basker. That's also a brother and like friend, and he's just incredible. I want to do something like Primo. We got to do a full one.
Yeah.
Because he's been gracious enough to have me on some stuff before.
And that's why I love, because Primo would lock a week out and just
Bruh,
work.
and
Like,
he'll
that's
go
why Primo's so
crazy.
great. He's a legend, but also will be like, yo, let's just work for a week.
Let's just do
Like-
it. Yeah, Primo will do that. He'll for sure do that.
Yeah, that would be fire.
We have yet to do that, Preem. I know we need to do that.
Have you worked with 1500 and nothing? Like Ransom?
We haven't.
Like being a LA native, I feel like that's such a no-brainer
Yeah,
that you would
that's
be,
right
you
there.
and Rance like would.
That is one of those ones where I'm like, yeah, why hasn't that happened? Why hasn't it? You're right. That's actually one of those ones that I always it's crazy because when you're at home, you forget. It's kind of like going to like fashion week.
Yeah.
You like run into everybody. You're like, damn, but we live in the same city.
Right
like,
here
why?
every day.
But
like,
we're kicking it the hardest out here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But that is yes, 1500 or nothing. We haven't done a single record together.
Which is,
Yeah, that's wild.
super
It's
wild.
crazy. We need to change that.
Yeah.
We need to change that. Yeah.
And I mean, even just you and James on the writing side as well would be incredible.
That's one of those, that's another one. And I think James, the reason why is because I always catch James like a one-off kind of vibe. And it's like, let's get one in and what happens. What needs to happen is to lock in with James like early and like the whole process be like, okay, we're working together through the whole process.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the better one. We said that the last time we actually.
Yeah, you have to catch him at like a convention where you buy samurai swords or something.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that's the only-
yeah.
you got
You got to go in his world. Yeah,
It's
you gotta
true.
go in his
It's
world.
true.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very, very true.
100%.
I got to catch him on a Japan trip or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah, I think you and No ID would be incredible too. That's something that I also have. Like, why is Miguel and No ID never?
No ID. Fuck. There's people that I'm not thinking of right now. Again, dad brain is a real thing. But we've also talked. We've also spoke before. Like No ID. Like we've been in the set. I'm a massive fan. I'm like we've been in touch. It just hasn't happened.
Hasn't
so
happened,
would love that to happen.
Because artists are too stubborn, man. They don't want to send the first text of like, "Hey, let's follow up and actually work."
Yeah.
You know, it's true though.
Yeah, no, for
it's
sure.
true. It's true.
It's
For
artist
sure.
ego, but
Yeah,
I get
I
it.
wouldn't. For me, I wouldn't say ego. It's just that I forget. I mean, seriously,
Yeah,
I literally forget. And you know what? I have a thing about asking people to do anything. Like I hate
Oh
to
my
ask
God.
people
I'm the
for anything.
Am I a burden?
See, people like, hey, I'm the same. I don't
I don't want to ask.
nobody
Like
for
I
shit.
feel bad. I'm like because I never want to make anyone feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then also it's all super personal. And then so there's like a little bit of
You
like
start thinking about everybody else that's
damn.
asking for something, and you're just like,
Yeah, you
I don't want
know.
to add to that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So, but I'm working on it for sure. I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we think the R&B rap hook combo will come back? Everything reinvents itself.
Oh, no,
I feel like that 16 R&B hook, 16 R&B hook has kind of disappeared.
It's gone. Yeah.
Oh no, I think it's still room. Excuse me. I think it's still room for that.
Oh, I definitely
I
think there's
think it's
room
room
for it.
for
I
it,
just
but
think that
artists don't do it.
Yeah, that's kind of disappeared.
Well, look, selfishly, I'll say that it to a degree, I'm not the most for that only because it sort of relegates the R&B part and the singing part is like, you just do the hook and then we do the verse. So I'm like, fuck that. But I do miss some of it. You know, I do miss some of it. So yeah, I think an iteration of that is necessary. It's gonna come back. I might be behind it. I don't know.
Oh, that
I could see an entire album.
You've had a few good ones.
Yeah, you've had a few that landed
I'm saying
on the charts.
like I've definitely like floated the idea of like just executive producing an entire album with all female MCs, and where I just do the hook, or we bring in people to do the hook, and just like
I like that.
And I mean, even if it's not as structured as insert verse here, chorus, but I think it's needed.
Right?
That's interesting.
I think it will bang.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, the album, October 23rd.
October 23rd, CAOS, the album, my 5th studio album, and we'll go out on the road in February. So pull up. Yeah.
Get your tickets to see Miguel, one of the most talented. We got to support real musicians, real artists. Miguel, it was a pleasure meeting you, talking to you finally. We've crossed paths before, but this was like our first official
inaugural hang.
So it's good to see you. Album sounds incredible.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you for helping me clean the crib last night. I appreciate that.
Spotless now.
Spotless. I can have everybody over
It's been dirty
now.
for 8 years.
I've been waiting for Miguel. I'm sorry, man. It's been in Pigment for 8 years, but now it's spotless thanks to Miguel. Miguel, thank you, and I'm definitely going to catch you when you're on the road. Got to come see the show.
Yes, love to have you guys.
I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. That's
right.
Miguel.
Hey.